I think that's the growing segment that we talk about. That is the largest segment that is growing in our community. The biggest thing that it is the Hampton Dumont School District that is having to deal with it. Our health system's having to deal with it. And the more we can provide education, this young lady in the back who's going to work with us harder between Franklin County and Wright County on making sure that everyone, the Hispanic population, is going on to secondary education. With the DACA Act, the old DREAM Act, most of these students in our students have the future that they didn't have before. They can now get Social Security numbers. They can now get a driver's license legally. There's no reason that a young man who might not have his green card but was brought here as a minor and stays in school and works within it, he will have the American dream. That's what we need to promote more within our school districts and within our health systems, so it is not dragging us down.
Anyone have any questions on the Latino population or Hispanic population here? Okay.
I can add to that. We have a lot of students that have graduated from Hampton Dumont that are Hispanic that are in college. Not necessarily just the two-year colleges, which I think they are wonderful and great. It's a great jumping stone into a four-year college with a little cheaper tuition. But we've got many of those Hispanic students at four-year universities also. And I think Hampton Dumont does a really nice job with getting those kids prepared. You talk about the green cards. These kids were brought over here as youngsters, thought they were residents, and they're not, because all they had was a green card. You've got to have the residency. And then you can go on towards citizenship. The thing with citizenship, that's a very hard hurdle to jump. It takes, if you heard Frankie Alou and what he had to say about it at our Rotary meeting, it is not easy for these folks to get their citizenship. And then sometimes their understanding isn't real good. They get really scared. They get really nervous. And we call a parent in for different things with their students at school, and they're afraid to come in because they think we're going to turn them in, and then they'll be whisked away. And that is not our purpose at all. No. Our purpose is our concern for them.
You want to add anything to that, Brooke? No? Okay. Recent issue that's come up with the city and the county is obviously the dispatching situation and what's going on with where that will be housed. And Monday, the county supervisors had their meeting, and they are in the process of trying to gather equipment to build a new separate dispatch in the law enforcement center while we still have the one in the city. What are your thoughts about that whole issue, and where do you go with that in the future, which it's not resolved yet? We'll start with Brooke on this one.
I think it's a great issue. It's a great issue that needs to continue on. There will be a new mayor. And one of the things is continuity. One of the things I've been working with Mayor Dietz about is how do we continue the path that he's laid out, so we don't start over and do negotiations. I think working with both the supervisors and Mayor Dietz and Ron Dunn to make sure that we continue to progress forward and not go backwards. Coming into a new position and no one helps you is a terrible thing. And that's one of the things that Mayor Dietz, I want to make sure doesn't happen. And that is a smooth transition and continuity with what we're trying to do in the council and the supervisors are trying to put together. Everybody knows we need to do it. It will save money, but it needs to be where we don't start over. We need to continue and get this thing finalized.
Yeah, I don't think there's any starting over with it at all. I think it's far enough along in the planning that it will be a reality. There's just those few fine points that we've got to iron out. So it's a good transition for the city and a good transition for the county. They've spent a lot of time and a lot of hours discussing this, coming up with their plans and their thoughts, and it won't happen. It's just that you need to continue on from where you are, like Brooke said, making a smooth transition and just carry it on. There's no point in starting something like that over again, but it's been how long they've been working on it now.
And we'll go ahead and open it up. We have 10 minutes left. If anyone in the crowd would like to ask questions, we'll go ahead and take them now.